Hello, good morning, moi. My name is Jana and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode 72, take 2. I'll tell you why later. So, welcome back. Today we are in our backyard because it's a special episode. I decided so. So you can find me on Instagram as Kittenits and on Ravelry as Kittenits, and we will be talking about the knitting. And all the important information is as usually in the description box down below. There is link to everything that I'm gonna be talking about, to all the patterns, to my Ko-fi account, to my Patreon, and anything else that comes to mind today. Okay, let's begin, shall we? So I recorded an episode yesterday. Yesterday was Friday, so my traditional recording day, and now it's early Saturday morning. I hope everybody is still sleeping and nobody's gonna mow the lawn. Yesterday I had to wait out for quite a while because whole neighborhood was mowing the lawn. But that's because everybody was preparing for midsummer celebrations. If you hear creaking, that's my big sunshade that hubby brought here for me to protect me from the sun while I'm recording. Okay, there was a mosquito on my forehead and there's another bite right there, and I have all the repellent applied and oils and everything I could find, and they are still eating me because they are vicious around this time. Okay, but let's not have a mosquito talk. Oh, I think it managed. Let's talk about knitting. Let's go straight away into knitting. So, as you can see, let's start with what I'm wearing today and with my first finished object, because it's my Cloudbow dress. As you can see, it's ready. I'll get up. I'll get up and give you a little twirl here. I'll insert other footage. I don't want to move the chair, not to disrupt. Okay, this is not gonna work. I'll insert the footage where I give you a proper twirl. So, my Cloudbow dress, it's ready, and it was ready just in time for the summer solstice. I finished it this last Wednesday. So it took me 2 weeks, 1 day, and about 20 minutes for a half. No, half. I think a quarter bind off was left for the next day. So I made the long dress in 2 weeks, basically. Motivation. I was very motivated to finish it because I wanted to wear it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm in love with it, and let's talk about it. So pattern is Cloudbow by, I wrote down, Reed Keys, and I even grabbed the pom-pom with me just to check that, yes, it was number 40. As I said before, it's in this magazine. It's there right in the beginning. I fell in love with this one, with their original version. I think it's beautiful, and I hope my dress gives around the same vibe, but a bit brighter, because we all know I love a good neon, right? Right. So what I did here, mine was a scrap yarn project. I kind of have a main color, but it was also from 2 different scraps. I picked up this powdery, very pale pink mohair from my mohair drawer, and I had 2 balls that were of different colors, and they both were started, so altogether I had less than 100 grams of that main color. And yeah, you can't even see that it's 2 different shades. It all blends nicely. And what I did a stripe in that pale mohair, and then a colorful stripe. Again, a pale stripe of pale mohair, and then a colorful stripe. And I think that gives me a very cohesive look. I knit the size 4 because I decided to go size up. I think I used a smaller needle than the pattern says. I now don't remember what the pattern suggests. I think it said 6.5. I'll double check, and I used 6. Just give me a second. One, two, yarn, gauge needles. Yeah, the pattern suggested 6.5. I used 6. So just to be safe, to give me enough of the positive ease, I went one size up from what would I normally knit. And I think it was a good call. Because I did not want it to be tight at all, and I wanted it to be around midi length, and I knitted that way. I got carried away a little bit, and it came out a tad longer than I wanted, and then when I blocked it, it grew a bit more. And then I really loved this ruching here, this bottom ruffle, and guess what happened when I blocked it? It evened out completely. There was no ruffle at all. So what I did, I took a very thin white elastic and added there. You can't really see it, it's there behind, but it gives me a bit of ruching and it keeps it in place. Yeah. My sleeves are this long, and I tried an elbow length sleeves first, and it was very unflattering on me, so mine cover the elbow. I decided it's gonna look better that way. And there is a ruffle on the bottom. You will see the dress fully there, but yeah, there is a ruffle on the bottom, and I did a bind off in a very bright neon yellow. So what was the hardest part about this dress? The hardest part was to find a slip to wear under it. Because obviously all the producers, I was not in a market for a slip, but then when I tried to look for one here where we live, because I wanted to try it on, I did not want to order online. Turns out that most of them are black or a skin color, and I wanted a white one that you could see all the neons and it would brighten it up a little bit. And another thing, I wanted to be longer and looser, and all of them were very tight and mini, and that's not my kind of thing at all. I wanted a proper granny slip. Yeah, and I found one and I'm very happy with it. It was actually from one of my favorite stores, where I buy a lot of dresses, and yeah, so I got lucky. I found a slip and I still had my size left, so yay. I'm all good now. And I thought it would be rather warm. Yesterday it was quite warm when I was recording because I was doing it in the afternoon, but now I'm recording in the morning. We went to sleep late, but I'll tell you later. My brain is not on yet. It's very comfortable right now because there is a slight wind and I'm sitting in a shade, so it's all good. Finnish summer. I think it's about 18 degrees right now, and yesterday was about 26. So it was definitely way too hot for my new dress. One more thing that I regret. I kind of regret and kind of not. I regret not doing neck shaping, because in a pattern the dress is same. Ow, mosquito bite is really itchy now. The dress is same in the back and front, and probably if I knit it again I would do some sort of neck shaping. But it was actually a good thing that I didn't, because my initial plan was that would be the front and this would be the back. But when I tried it on, I ended up with a big bright neon stripe right on my breasts, and that looks ridiculous. So I turned it around. Luckily I did not do the neck shaping, and I'm wearing it like this now. Anything else about it? I have matching earrings. You probably have seen these before if you're a returning viewer. They are earrings by Pinjo Design, who is Pirjo, and she has a very popular knitting podcast here in Finland. It's in Finnish, together with her sister Katri. They have a knitting podcast called Villapesu-ohjelma. Go check them out if you speak Finnish, but probably you already know them if you speak Finnish. They are very popular here. And so one of the sisters, Pirjo, she makes beautiful knitting related, and not always just jewelry. She makes jewelry. And I always buy some earrings from her, and these These I picked up from Jyväskylä Knit Fest a few years ago, and mine had a minty green strands of yarn. And yesterday I changed them to all these bright strands. I gave them a summary update that they would go with all my knits, with all my summary knits. So that I don't need to think, I can just put them on and they go with everything. I think that they look good now. And I slightly shortened the strands because I did not want them to overwhelm me, because a lot of colorful strands. I don't know, maybe I went a bit too short, you know? It's like with the pom-pom. When you make a pom-pom from yarn and you start trimming it, you just can't stop because it feels just a bit more to make it even, and I think probably a bit too short, but I can fix them if I decide that I want them longer. Okay, so a lot of talking and about one dress, but I'm loving it and I'm ready for Jyväskylä Knit Fest. That's happening in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks I will be in Jyväskylä and I will be hopefully wearing this dress. Hopefully the weather is cool enough in the evenings that I can wear it. Okay, enough about my Cloudbow. No, one more thing. One more thing. I was looking at the projects. Yeah, I forgot to mention that there is also a pullover version for this one. And somebody, unfortunately I don't remember who, made a summer top version. They did a pullover version and they did like a short straight sleeve, and I want one like that. I think I might cast on like a summer t-shirt, but still with the peplum, because the pullover version has a nice peplum there. I'm picking it up again just to show it to you. It's just to show you what I mean. There, you can see it has a very ruchy peplum, and I think if you do the short sleeve with that would be perfection. Now I just need to decide scrappy or not scrappy, but I think that would be a very good also layering piece over a dress. I have a lot of spaghetti strap dresses for summer, and I always feel like I need a little bit of something on top of that. Okay, now let's move to my second finished object. Did you spot it? It's there behind me. I did finish my beautiful mini cardi by Marie Renier. Yeah, you have probably seen me knitting it. And now it's done. It got a new nickname as well. I'll show it to you. It's a cropped cardi with a v-neck and a quite wide sleeve. I don't know, do I try it on for you? It's a bit, I think it's a tad too warm for it. If you don't mind, I'm not gonna put it on right now. Maybe I will. Anyways, it got a new nickname. I now call it Professor Caterpillar because of the v-neck. The lilac-y yarn is by Yalovilla, a Finnish yarn dyer that mostly dyes Finnish sheepwool. I think just dyes Finnish sheepwool, yes. The base is Ensio, which is a sport weight single ply lamb's wool. And then the crazy neon yellow is my own hand dyed merino boucle. You can see that I have a bit in the hem as well. There is a whoop. Something caught in my hem. There is a stripe of that as well in my hem. Okay, I'm trying to hide from mosquitoes. And I went with the buttons that I already had. They are slightly greener than I would have wanted, but I decided it's not gonna bother me, that it's gonna be all right. I did the Italian bind off on the ribbing. Yay me! It was a bit of a nightmare in a single ply yarn, and I had a super long strand, and anyways. And I used the lilac-y thread to attach these buttons. Okay, should I quickly try it on? I don't think it's gonna work very well with the dress, but at least you will get the idea about how it fits. Oh no, the sleeve is getting... Okay, there. Okay, not the best outfit combo, but at least you get the idea, right? I hope you can hear me when I'm all the way up here. It's a cropped cardigan. My hip bone is here and this is just above it, but I'm planning to wear it over the dresses. and it's way too warm. Mohair and Finnish sheepwool do not layer well together in summertime. But yes, it's ready. I'm happy. I only used less than 3 skeins of this mane and I bought 4, so I have 1 full skein and a bit left, and I used 1 skein of the yellow boucle. I still could make something with the leftovers. I was thinking if Sophia is interested, I could make her a matching cardigan if she likes that. Okay. What else? Those are all my finished objects. I don't have any more. I have Franny here with me. Franny says hi. She's in her summer dress. She was celebrating Midsummer yesterday, and she has her yellow Mary Janes, and she's the happiest frog around here. She says hi. She's here with me. Yeah, yesterday we celebrated Midsummer here, and it was also our wedding anniversary. We've been married for 12 years, a lot of things happening. And then it was also my podiversary last Saturday, which I completely missed. And YouTube reminded me that, 3 years ago you posted your first episode. And I was like, wow, I thought it was somewhere after the Midsummer, but turns out it was before. So we will be talking about that just a bit later. Stay tuned for a special surprise for my lovely subscribers. So yay. Let's talk about whips. Let's talk about whips because I have a few. A couple of them might be new cast-ons. They are new cast-ons. They are new cast-ons because I finished 2 big things, so I decided I deserve a new cast-on. And then things just got out of hand. But let's start with something that you have seen before. It's in my beautiful summery bag by Bertie and Poppet. That's the sunshade making a squeaky noise. I hope it doesn't blow over. Hubby did secure it with the concrete blocks, but it's getting windy here, which is good. Mosquitoes are blown away. Yes, so yesterday I recorded and the sound was messed up and I was very upset. I'm upset with my mic. I'm taking good mic suggestions. So I hope today's sound is good. But yeah, beautiful bag by Bertie and Poppet. I bought it last year. It's one of my garden bags. I have garden bags because this is my knitting spot in summer. And what's in it? In it is my Helene, which is a summer top by Veera Välimäki from her Stripes book that got published a while ago. It's not a recent book, but I'm still knitting things from there because I really love most of the patterns that are in that book. So I'm not that far along because I have saved this. This is my card knitting project. And as you can see, we have not been traveling much. I'm at that sweet point where I just need to go round and round and just do stripes. And that's what I've been doing. Today we're going to visit in-laws, and that means 1 hour of uninterrupted knitting time. So this will grow nicely, hopefully. And I'm knitting it in a merino tweed, and I'm knitting 1 size smaller than I would need to because my gauge is looser, but that's intentional because I wanted to knit it on bigger needles. It's my personal preference, so I have a looser gauge and I went 1 size down, so I'm knitting size 2 instead of 3. But it will still be nice and quite loose. Yeah, I don't want this tight summer top. It's not really my thing. So yeah, it has interesting shoulder construction there, but I think we will talk about it more when I have made more progress on it. But it's there, it's growing very slowly. I'm not in a hurry. So let's put that down and pick another one up. And it's another one of the Bertie and Puppet bags. And this one you saw last week because I just got it. And there's already a very matchy project in it. Inside of it is a new cast-on. I'll show you the yarn first. This is the yarn that I dyed for this summer. It's going to be available at Jyväskylä Knit Fest. It's bright and happy, and it goes with my vibe here. And I cast on a very quick sample just to see how it knits up, because people always ask. and I need something to show. So everybody's knitting the official festival shawl, and I'm knitting my own. I'm always doing my own thing. I cast on a Pagona by Stephen West. It's one of his older patterns that he recently reworked. He added a larger size option. I'm still not sure how big mine is gonna be, but here it is. You can see the color play in the yarn, and I'm very happy with it. It's gonna be a very summery shawl. Summery. Yes, it's definitely fresh and summery. And the shape of that shawl, it's super simple knit. There is nothing. There is just increases, knit and purl stitches. And it's gonna be like a bit of a bat shaped, like a zigzaggy. You can see here is a tiny triangle growing, and there's a bigger one, and then there is a very big one in the middle. So the edge will be like a zigzag shape. I don't have a pattern with me, and you can do it in one skein, you can do it in two skeins. I don't know yet. I will knit up the first skein and then we will see. I have a bit short cables because that helps me to keep my knitting speed. I put it intentionally on a shorter cable that the stitches would be bunched up and this would just fly off my needles. And I'm knitting it on my Addy interchangeables because they're my favorites. They are nice and slippery. I know not everybody loves Addies. There are a lot of Chiagu fans out there. I'm not one of them because of the texture of the needle. I do love a Chiagu cable. I'll give you that. It's a beautiful cable, but the needle is driving me crazy because it's not slippery. It has that weird texture and it's just, whoa, we're blowing away. Yeah, it slows me down. I have noticed. Recently I tried to knit a pair of socks on Chiagus and I had to go and switch to Addies because I noticed that my knitting speed decreased significantly just because the needle was not slippery. And I love a good slippery needle, except when working with mohair. Then I prefer a square needle or a wooden needle. But yeah, but when I'm working with merino, I just want it to slide off. That way I can just knit, speed knitting. That's what I practice over here. So, yes. Don't you just love how they match the bag and my project? This makes me so happy. And look at the bag once again. There's my dream greenhouse. There are my dream chickens. Everything else I have already. The flowers and everything. Yeah. Can we get distracted a bit from the knitting and talk about my flowers? I have had very bad luck with flowers this year. I had good luck with my poppies, but then bad luck with the flowers that I planted in autumn. We're fitting in knit and chat in between. Just it came to my mind. I planted irises, alliums, and ranunculus last autumn. And I have had very bad luck. Alliums are great. Alliums, they are great. They are blooming. They are beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. But irises, just a tiny rant about the flowers. I bought a mix of yellow and blue, and I planted them. And guess what? They are white. I have one yellow, and the rest are white, and no blue at all. I don't know what happened there. I got cheated. And ranunculus, I put in the ground 15 of them. 2 came up and I got one sad little flower. I don't know, did I do something wrong? But that's the math of my flowers. Yes. Do I have something else? Yes, I do. I have 2 more whips that I want to talk about today. One is in another one of my garden bags, which was a gift from a lovely viewer. I love it. It has flowers on it. And flowers inside of it. There. And I have a sock here. I have noticed that I'm a very seasonal knitter. My knits depend on the weather a lot. And while it was warm, I was working on a lighter knits. I was working on this dress. And then we had a rain for 3 days and it got chillier. It dropped to around 18 degrees in the afternoon. And I straight away felt like I need to cast on a sock. Rain is good. It watered my garden. Yeah, it did very good for our strawberries. But I needed a sock project because I felt I want another pair of shorties. I've been wearing my granny's grannies in a row shorties by Jen Yard, and I've been washing them and putting them back on, washing them and putting them back on. So I need another pair of shorties, and I will probably do another pair of grannies in a row as well, because there are so many sock alongs going on. I think everybody's having a sock along this summer. There is a sock camp and summer sock camp, and Wool and Wishes has a knit along where you can knit either socks or something for your hands, and like and then Jen Yard is ooh, my yarn escaped. I'll go rescue my yarn. Ooh, no, it's all dirty. Jen Yard is having a granny square sock knit along, which actually starts today. I think it starts today. Today is 24th, and I'm very tempted to take part in that as well. But the socks I cast on are none of that. They are the socks that I have had in my library for a while, and I always thought that it would be a nice midsummer cast on, because these are Midnight Dancer socks by Sari Nordlund, and the original pattern has a higher leg, but I did the shorties. It has this very cute ruffle. I used the leftover of soft neon yellow for the ruffle, and then here I'm testing another one of my summer colors. Whoa, that tried to go into my face. Did you see that? That was big. Okay, yeah, and this yarn is doing exactly what I wanted. It's like doing this pooling in a stripe, and I'm very happy with it. You can see the colors. It matches my nails. It matches my flower bed there. I have this mad countryside flower bed where all the flowers are mixed together. And I will insert a picture here. And at one point it had all of these colors on it. There was yellow and pink and purple and violet, and I got inspired by it, and I dyed up this yarn for summer. I think it would look good in a shawl as well, because you can see it's micro striping in a heel. I did a short row heel, just like in a pattern. It's not my favorite, but it actually works with these socks very nicely. I think it looks great with these. And I have always wanted to cast these on for midsummer, and now I did. If you follow me on Instagram, I put up a poll when I cast this on an 80 centimeter circulars. I asked, what do you think I just cast on? What is that? And I gave options of summer top, cowl, socks, or something else. And I think I got around 300 responses or so, and only 25 people said socks, which was the correct answer. I know, it was a tricky one. I confused you with that ruffle cast on, because it has 250 something stitches in the round when you cast on for the ruffle. Yeah, it looked like a summer top, but I was really in the mood for socks because my feet were cold. So here we are, and there are the colors, and I love it. And I was knitting on it last night when we were sitting outside celebrating midsummer. Our celebration was very, very low-key, quiet one, but we will talk about it in the knit and chat. Okay, one more project. It's an oldie but goodie. It's not knit, it's crochet, and it's this beautiful fox bag that was a birthday gift from a friend, from a knitting friend, Birgit. Hello, if you're watching. Do you remember what's in it? It's my Battenberg, because I already said I'm a very seasonal crafter. And once the autumn came, I think somewhere in September or October, I worked on it last, and then I put it down, like this big thing. I've been making little squares here and there when I had yarn leftovers, and I was popping in this bag. I have this very organized little box of squares here, and not so organized mess on the bottom of the bag where I have more squares. 3mm hook, one of my pink tulip hooks, fingering weight yarn, everything according to pattern. Pattern is by Sandra Paul Cherry Heart on Instagram and here on YouTube. It's a free pattern if you have not seen it before. It's a beautiful free pattern and she has the most wonderful tutorials for the square, for the solid granny square, and for join as you go method, because you don't need to seam a thing here, you just join them as you go. And what I've been doing lately, yeah, it's warm now, so every morning I start with a cup of coffee very early and some knitting or crochet on our porch. And that's my grounding me time, where I get energy for the day, because days have been crazy here. So what I've been doing, I've been making these white squares and slowly attaching the colorful ones. My goal, I have very low very low expectations of myself, so my goal is to do at least 2 white squares a day, which is usually in the morning. Today I did 3, and then I did a couple of colorful squares as well with some leftovers that I had. So that gives me at least around 5 squares that get attached to this every day. You can see I have here one corner. It's already nice and straight, and then I'm growing it in all the possible directions and growing it sideways. I'm growing it down. It's a very weird shape right now, but I'm just working on whatever corner I feel like. I think it depends on what square do I pick. Yeah, today I did a bit here, a bit on the bottom, and also on this corner. So I'm working on it because I think this is a very summery project. It screams summer to me. And I'm very happy with all the colors, and I'm happy to be working on it again. Now I'll put it down. I showed it to you. I hope there is way more progress next week. So, knit and chat. What could I pick? I think I'll pick up the sock. I'll pick up the sock because it's easy. Let's knit and chat. How have you been? What's up on your side of the world? We have summer in Finland, and I've been working a lot. I've been preparing for Jyväskylä Knit Fest. That's in less than 2 weeks already. I've been dyeing lots of yarn and working. But yesterday we were celebrating Midsummer here in Finland, and I had a day off. I decided that I'm not gonna work on Midsummer, that I wanna be with the family, which was a very, very good decision. So in Finland, Midsummer is usually moved. The celebration is usually moved to the weekend. In some other countries, it's attached to a certain date. Like in Latvia, it's attached to 23rd and 24th of June, and if that falls on the weekdays, people get 1 or 2 days off. Usually 2, if the both days are on a weekday. Yeah, in Finland, there is no such a luxury. People don't get an extra days off. A lot of people were not working yesterday, which was nice, but some were still working. I know my husband's friend was still, he had a full work day, not even a shorter one. So what did we do yesterday? I tried to record a podcast. That failed miserably because of the sound quality. I'm very upset with my mic. I have tried everything that the customer service has suggested, and it kind of fixes the problem, but then it just suddenly appears in the middle. It like loses the sound and just goes I don't know. I'm in a market for a new mic. I know I have said it numerous times, but it has been working all right, and now it's happening again. So if you have a good suggestions, please let me know. So what did we do yesterday? Nothing much. We made some food, and we did not go anywhere. We've been just lumping around. You know that nice day when you can just do whatever and you don't really have to do anything, and it was so enjoyable. And in the evening we went on the porch with the husband, just 2 of us, and we have one of those hanging chairs. I guess that's how you call it. It's like a big... Yeah, it's a hanging chair on a stand, and we have the one that can fit 2 adults. It can hold the weight. I checked the limits on it. And then I took an old curtain and I put it around that mosquitoes wouldn't eat us. And then we were just sitting there and looking at the sunset. Or actually, we couldn't see the sunset. The sky was just still light at... I think we went to bed at 1. And it was so nice. We were listening to our neighbors having fun, because they were having wild parties. I would say with excessive drinking. That's not our thing, but we enjoyed ourselves at home. Very low-key celebration. We did not have fire, because I don't know, just didn't feel like, and we have forest warnings. You can only have a closed fire like in a grill, and nowhere in the nature. So I think we didn't even have a big bonfires anywhere yesterday because of the safety, of the fire safety. At least not in our region. So the weather was good. I know that some parts of Finland got rain. I'm very sorry. We did not have rain, so it was nice. It was nice. The day was warm and we were just hanging out in the yard and around the house and basically doing nothing. I think I had way too many coffees yesterday, which was also nice. I've been obsessed with this cold coffee drink that we make, and then I found the ready one at the store and got that one just in case. I've been making coffee ice cubes and all sorts of things basically. And we grilled some halloumi cheese. It turns out I really like it. I don't know why we haven't been having that before, but I love a burger with a halloumi cheese. So very low-key. I'm a bit upset I did not prepare my traditional cumin cheese, because that's what I usually do, but I don't know. I think I just ran out of time this year. I did not do that. What else? Let's talk about Podiversary. It's been 3 years since my first episode, and I want to celebrate. I want to give you a gift, or one of you a gift. I decided that we will have, I'm not gonna say this word because of the scammers. I don't know, it triggers them somehow. But if you would like a chance to win this mini set that I did not bring, but you have seen me knitting my grannies in rose socks, my soft neon mini set. I know a lot of you want it. So, to celebrate my Podiversary, I'm giving one of you this lovely set. And if you would like a chance, please leave a comment that includes the word Midsummer. The code is Midsummer. You can either tell me how you celebrate it or not. Anyway, include that word if you would like a chance to win this mini set. And I will draw a winner next time I'm recording, which will be in 1 week. And then I also noticed that I'm very close to 15,000, it just blows my mind. So wouldn't it be nice if next time we could also celebrate that? So, yeah, I didn't bring the mini set, but I have it in the house. My brain is still not on, but you can see the picture and you know the socks that I knit with that set. So you know what you're getting. Yes. What else? One more thing about yarn. Last week on a Saturday, mosquito, I was at work dyeing yarn, and then we also had a little super fun live dye session with my patrons. It was only for my patrons, and we were creating a yarn together, a new colorway. My patrons were telling me what do we put on it, how is it going to be light, dark or bright, and we created the colorway. And I brought it here because it turned out so good. I have to share it with you because I'm so proud of it. Still doesn't have a name. But I'm just so happy with how it turned out. I just had to share it with you because I'm obsessed with this color. These are my skeins. And then some of my patrons will get also some of this yarn, and I want to make I think a summer top with these. Aren't these beautiful? So collective mind can create really beautiful things. So when many creative heads come together, beauty happens. And I'm just so happy. I had so much fun doing it that we will definitely be doing it again. I think we will make it into a regular thing, but this is officially the first Patreon special collective yarn that we created. I love it. It just vibes with me. Vibes. Who am I? Mother of all hipsters. But you know. Yeah. So what else? We've been working a lot. We've been gardening a little. Nothing yet is ready except salads and radish. Because our gardening season has been ruined by some cold weather. We lost some cucumbers, we lost some pumpkins to the cold weather, but some survived. I managed to save them. I covered them and they are very slowly growing. My peas are growing, strawberries are done blooming. There are already tiny berries there, but they are still green. We've been enjoying salads from there, and I don't know what else. My flowers are in full bloom. Ooh, yeah. Big bee thinks I'm a big flower sitting here. I might look like one, but yeah, I'm very excited about Jyväskylä Knit Fest that's coming up, and I know that people are coming also from other countries, at least from Estonia and Sweden. I hope I will see you there. If you're coming, let me know in the comments, and we should definitely knit together someday. I'm gonna be busy during the days because I'm working, but evenings are free, so if you want to hang out, I would be happy if we would just sit down and knit there in the yard in some evening. So definitely come to say hi. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this very special episode. Look how many things. Midsummer, me and hubby's anniversary, and Podiversary. All of these things are happening this weekend. A lot of things happening around here. Yeah, and then we are going to see the in-laws because the father-in-law had a birthday last week. Actually this week, but earlier in the week. So we're gonna celebrate that as well. A lot of things happening. And wildlife. Our hedgehog is back. We've been feeding him, and I think I already mentioned that last week, but now he's been regularly coming there to eat. I bought some cat food for our hedgehog. He's been eating well. Yes. I don't know, do I have anything else? Probably not. One more thing that came to my mind, I wanted to do solar dyeing, but I missed the lupins. The lupins are over and I just didn't have time. So I need to figure out some other plants. So if you have a good idea about something else I could use from around here that I haven't used before, I don't know. I have a lot of these ideas, but my time is very limited and I want to cast on all the things as well. But now I'm allowed. I finished 2 big things. Not that has ever stopped. Okay, I think I'm gonna go now. And have an iced coffee on a porch. Me and Franny are wishing you a lovely midsummer if you're celebrating, or maybe you're preparing for winter hibernation if you're down under. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're enjoying yourself, and I hope you've been knitting or maybe spinning or dyeing yarn, or anyway, let me know. We're very interested here. But Franny, the fabulous frog, the most fashionable frog on the block, says hi. And thank you for watching, thank you for supporting us, and it's always my pleasure to spend a bit of time with you. See you soon. Hey, bye!